Well, the Celtics certainly have fun here at TD Garden. You could feel it before the game. You felt it in practice, and you also felt it in the locker room, right, Jimmy?
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
A lot of laughs,
a lot of giggles.
a lot of joking around, especially between, was it Tatum, Kyrie Irving, a lot of laughs and joking around. Everyone was in a really good mood. Yeah, he was smiling up until he got to the scrum. That's what it is. As soon as he gets in the scrum, it's full Kyrie mode.
True.
But that was a short-lived scrum, but we can get into that in a little bit.
That was tough.
I wonder what he said, because I was over with Al Horford
Not
at
much.
the time, so he didn't say much. All right, well, nonetheless, a lot of positive vibes in this one, but what happens Sunday if they were to drop a game against a team like the Houston Rockets? Are we back at square one, or could we be talking about this point of the season being that game that really brought this team together and made it the quote-unquote fifth, I don't know, turning point at this point of the season? Because we've been asking this question all year long.
Exactly. That's you just nailed it. I mean, we've said this a few times this year. big win, quote
turning
unquote.
Point, right?
Have they finally figured it out? Is this the team that we thought we were going to see all year? So I'm not ready to say that, obviously. The Wizards are what they are. They're most likely not a playoff team. They don't have John Wall, yada, yada, yada.
Right. Not the same team that they were.
That being said, I mean, it is big to just get the losing streak over with, get the win, and go into Sunday against a really good Rockets team, against one of the best players that we've seen in a very, very long time in James Harden.
In the world, yeah. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's above average. And go in there with, a little bit of momentum. I don't believe a ton in momentum from game to game, but I think it's obviously better to go in with a win than go in with another L on your name. So that being said, it's just good to see the players somewhat happy in the locker room, because we've been in the locker room all year, and it just feels like it's almost like a Morgan there sometimes. I mean, even after a win sometimes.
Right. Well, I was going to say, especially after losses, though. Like, most of the time after a win, you still kind of
quiet.
It's kind of quiet. Still kind of light. You hear some chatter. But, I mean, after this game,
you could tell
I haven't heard that many laughs in that locker room in a long time.
You could tell that, I think, the losing streak kind of got to them, and they were really, really looking to win this game. And I think it was a relief for them. And, yeah, there was some, chat, some laughter going on. There was a little bit of happiness, dare I say, and it's good to see that, because that's what you want. I mean, that's what you need. I mean, if you're going to go anywhere in the playoffs, you need to be a team on the court and a team off the court. You need to be in there for each other. These guys got to be like your brothers out there. So you need to build that, and there's not a lot of time left, so take it any way you can.
This segment is powered by 1 in 100. Head over to CLNSmedia.com/Celtics raffle, and you can win tickets to actually see that matinee matchup against the Rockets. All you got to do is head over to CLNSmedia.com/Celtics raffle. Jimmy, you talk about the attitude in the locker room, but I think in practice and what the players had to say to the media, specifically Marcus Morris, when he talked about how, look, this is my job to sort of get these guys back on track, bring the soul back. He said he got his swag back after the game. I love these quotes, man. This is the kind of quotes that I want to hear from the leaders. You're not going to hear that stuff from Al Horford. You're definitely not going to hear that from Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving fans, that's not a knock on him. It's just not who he necessarily is. But hearing that from someone like Marcus Morris, I just feel like that's sort of his role. I mean, he's that third veteran leader who doesn't always say a whole lot, but when he does speak, it resonates.
I agree with you right there. I think a lot of the Celtics' best players, they're not the vocal type of leaders that you would come to expect. That's where Morris comes in. Like, you're not really hearing it from Kyrie, you're not hearing from Horford, you're not hearing from Hayward.
Right, exactly.
So there's Morris, a guy who's been very animated over his career, never been shy about anything on the court or off the court, and
he
it's
speaks
good.
His mind.
I think he's got the right attitude, and I think that's something that the young guys can really look towards and feed off of that, mentality that he has. You can sometimes, Kyrie says, what happens, what's being said in the media gets back to the players. Well, then if that's the case, then it's good for what Morris is saying, because his players might see those quotes on Twitter or wherever it might be, and they might get fired up over that, and that might go into the next game with that. So it's good to hear that. And again, it's after a win. Everything's great after a win. Sometimes you want to see how these guys are going to respond after a loss, and so far this year it hasn't been great. I don't think that they've had a lot of resiliency after some bad losses, so I think that's something that they need to get over. But Friday night came off of a W. Everyone's happy, so see if they can build off that.
All right, finally, what's the happiest thing Kyrie Irving said in that scrum? I'm dying to know, man.
He said it. The happiest thing he said was probably that they've played more intense than they have in quite some time.
All right, let's see if that carries over. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's good.
He said it without looking happy about it, but I think he was happy with the W, and he should be, because he didn't have to do it all tonight. He got it from Smart, he got it from Brown, he got it from these guys that they're going to need down the stretch. So he should be happy with that W.
Right. I'm sure Celtics fans are. We'll see if they can carry that on to Sunday against the Rockets matinee here at TD Garden. And, of course, we got you covered here at CLNS Media.